Hello and welcome to STRIS. So today topic is citizenship. We know that part 1 is union and its territory and part 2 is in our Indian constitution is citizenship, and it is from article 5 to 11. So in this video lecture I'll be covering this articles from 5 to 11, and also I'll be covering some current affairs, and also we'll be seeing about CAA, what is CAA, what is NRC, and also we'll be seeing about Citizenship Amendment Bill 2019, and also we'll be looking at Assam Accord. So stay tuned, we'll be going through that. So what is a citizenship? What is a citizenship? So citizenship can be defined as a relationship between citizens and state. So what kind of relationship? Generally, citizens who belong to the state will be owing political allegiance to the state. Right? So they will be saying that this is my country, politically this is my country and I belong to this country or this state. That is called citizenship. So generally citizenship is a matter which is left over to legislature. So we know that there are three organs in the government. They are legislature, executive, judiciary. So generally this matter is left with legislature. But when we see Indian constitution, when we see our India was divided into India and Pakistan in 1947 on the basis of religion. So in that scenario, our constitution makers want to define who is the citizen of India during the commencement of constitution. So what is the date of commencement of constitution? So the date is 26th January 1950. So on 26th January 1950, who is the citizen of India? They want to define. So they have added part 2. But they also have added article called Article 11, which confers the powers to the Parliament on the matters regarding citizenship. So whatever the matters regarding citizenship, who will be having powers to deal with it? The Parliament will be having the powers to deal with it. It means Parliament has an unfractured power to define who is the citizen of India, right? So with the help of this Article 11, a government has made laws. The first law which was made was 1955 Citizenship Amendment Act. 1955 Citizenship Amendment Act. This law was amended multiple times till 2019. If I'm not wrong, it was amended 6 times, right? So we'll look into it. So we have to define who are citizens and who are aliens. So we'll be having two types of aliens: friendly aliens and enemy aliens. So enemy aliens are generally the people with whom our country is war. If our country is with war with China or in Pakistan, then these citizens, we can call them as enemy aliens. But friendly aliens are all the people with whom we don't have any war, right? So citizens are the people who will enjoy civil and political rights. Civil and political rights. Then we should see what are the ways to acquire citizenship. How we can acquire the citizenship of India. So there are 5 ways to acquire the citizenship of India. The first one is by birth. The concept is called yes solely. It means by birth. If a person or person's father or mother is born on the soil of India, then they can become citizen of India. This concept was followed until 1987. Until 1987, we were following the concept of yes solely. If you are taking birth on the soil of India, or else your father or mother is born on the soil of India, then if a person is born on the soil of India, he can become citizen of India. This was followed till 1987. Then after 1987, one of the parents should be Indian. So previously, if your parents are not Indian, also if you are born on the soil of India, you can become Indian by citizenship. But till 1987, after 1987, one of the parents should be Indians, right? Then till 2003 it was there. In 2003, again the Citizenship Amendment Bill, one of the bills. So either of the parents should be Indian and the other should not be illegal migrant. So long story short, so till 1987, if you are born on the soil of India, then you can become Indian citizen directly. After 1987, one of the parents should be Indians. Then in 2003, they have made new rule called either of the parents, if mother or father, should be Indian, and if mother is Indian, the father should not be an illegal migrant. Or else if father is an Indian, mother should not be an illegal migrant, right? So if this criteria is followed, then you can become citizen by birth, right? So this is the first rule. And the second method to become citizen of India is by descent. By descent. So by descent is nothing but by law of the blood. So for example, if you become an IFS officer tomorrow, and if you are working in foreign, and if you are marrying a girl of any national, I mean, if you are working in US and if you are marrying a US girl there, and you got a child, this child within 6 months, you should register with US Embassy, not US Embassy, sorry, Indian Embassy in US, Indian Embassy in US, or Indian Consulate in US. Then till 18 years you'll be given time. Till this child becomes 18 years, time will be given. Then after 6 months, within 6 months, the child should decide whether he or she should be Indian citizen or US citizen, and if they need to be an Indian citizen, they should give up US citizenship, right? And this child should hold only one passport till 18 years, or after 18 years also he can hold only one passport, but he'll be having a chance because his father or mother will be an Indian. So in that scenario, they can register within, not 6 months, it's 1 year. Within 1 year, father or mother, they should register his name as Indian citizen, or he is born to Indian citizen in Indian embassy or in US, or Indian consulate in US. Then till 18 years he will be given time. After 18 years he or she will be given 6 months of time. Then they should choose whether they should be Indian citizen or US citizen, and the passport will be one passport only will be there, right? So next, the third method is by registration. By registration you can become Indian citizen. So registration is nothing but marriage. So if a person is married to Indian, just stay in India for 7 years, then apply for citizenship, you can become citizen of India. For example, we have Sonia Gandhi. So she is married to Indian, so she stayed for 7 years, then she can become Indian citizen. So you can see that this person who is getting married to Indian, she's not born in India. She's not born in India. She's not born to Indian parents either. Yet they can become Indian citizen through registration. Then by fourth method, by naturalization. Example, Mother Teresa. Then we have John Brace. We was having Adnan Sami also, right? So if you are unable to get citizenship by birth, by descent, by registration, no worries. If you don't belong to all these three parameters also, no worries. You can become citizen of India. So, but there are some conditions. The conditions are, the person should belong to the country where Indians are allowed to become citizens. Through registration, through naturalization. This is the first conditions. So what is the first condition? So they should belong to a country where Indians are allowed to become citizens of that country through naturalization. If you belong to that country, then you can also become Indian citizen through naturalization. Then they should ordinarily reside in India. They should have resided in India for 14 years. Cumulatively, it means that they should not go back to the other country or travel. Cumulatively, they should have stayed in India for 12 years. So, for example, if they have come in 2000, they should be staying till 2014. In between, they might have gone for foreign trips. So you can go for foreign trips for six months, right? So cumulatively, they should have stayed in India for 12 years. Then before this, before you are applying for registration, you should have stayed in India for 1 year continuously. So preceding your application, you should have resided in India for 1 year. So the last year between 2014, from 2013 to 14, they should have stayed, and in 2014 they should apply for this naturalization, right? And one more condition is they should have well versed in any one of the Indian languages. So in which schedule we have languages, schedule languages, the schedule 8. So they should have well versed in any one of the 22 languages which are present in schedule 8. And the last condition is they should intend to live in India for indefinite period. They should not be like, I'll be getting today the citizenship and I'll be running out of the country tomorrow and all. They should not be doing it. So they should be living in India for indefinite period. They should be intending to live in India for indefinite period. So if you are following these 4 conditions, you can become citizen through naturalization. If you are not allowed to become citizen through 3 parameters, or if you don't qualify into these categories of 3 parameters by birth or by descent or by registration, then also you can become citizen of India. First condition, the person should belong to the country where Indians are allowed to become citizens through naturalization. Then person should ordinarily reside in India for 14 years, cumulatively for 12 years, and 1 year before the application process is going on, they should have resided in India continuously, right? Then the third condition is they should have well versed, or they should have learned the languages which are mentioned in any one of the language which are mentioned in schedule 8. There are 22 languages in the schedule 8. Any one language you should be learning. Then they should intend to live in India for indefinite period. So these all conditions, if you are following or if you are okay with them, then you can allow for citizenship. Then what if government thinks that, central government thinks that no need of all these conditions, and if the person is giving service or rendering service in the fields of science, in the fields of philosophy, in the fields of art, in the fields of literature, in the fields of world peace or human progress, can the government give them a citizenship by waiving off all these 4 conditions through naturalization? The condition is yes. The ministry which is nodal agency for this thing is Ministry of Home Affairs. So Ministry of Home Affairs is the nodal agency to deal with matters of citizenship, right? So if you are not having above 4 conditions, if you are not conforming, or if you are not if you are not okay with 4 conditions also, then also government can provide you citizenship. Any of the criteria can be, or all of the criteria can be waived off by the central government, because you have given a distinguished service for science, philosophy, art, literature, world peace, right? So which is the nodal agency? Ministry of Home Affairs. Then after every naturalized citizen, they must take oath of allegiance. With that, they'll be owing their political allegiance to our country. So if you are getting citizenship to naturalization, you should take oath of allegiance, right? Then so we'll be seeing the 5th method to acquire citizenship. The 5th method to acquire citizenship is by incorporation of territory. So tomorrow, if India is incorporating any territory X, what about the people in this territory? Will they become citizens directly, or who should notify? No, they won't be becoming citizens directly. It will be notified by Government of India, especially, which is a nodal agency, Ministry of Home Affairs. So they'll be telling who can become citizens of India from this territory which we have incorporated, or else territory which have grabbed, or territory which we have added into India. It may be the foreign country, right? So in that scenario, who will be deciding? Government of India will be deciding who will be a citizen from the territory, and nodal ministry is Ministry of Home Affairs, right? So we have seen 5 methods. So let's revise. We have seen 5 methods. So the first method is by birth. By birth, nothing but yes solely. So till 1987, if you are born on the soil of India, then you can become citizen of India, irrespective of your mother or father. You can become citizen of India. Then after 1987, one of the parents should be Indian. If you are born on the soil of India, one of the parents should be Indian, right? Father or mother should be Indian. Then in 2003, they have changed the law. They said that you are born on the soil of India, either of your parents, mother or father, should be Indian, but the other should not be illegal migrant, right? So this is the criteria which we have seen. Then by descent. So if a person is marrying a foreign national and they are getting a child and they are living in foreign, they can register within one year. They should register with embassy or consulate, Indian embassy or consulate in that country, and the child can get citizenship, or he or she can be deciding on citizenship until he or she gets 18 years. After 18 years, the time period of 6 months will be given to the child to decide upon whether they want to become Indian citizen, or they will be citizen of the country which they are born, which they took birth, right? So this is by descent. Then by registration, nothing but by marriage. So if a person is marrying, Indian person is marrying to a girl in the foreign country, if Indian is marrying to the girl of foreign country, she should stay in India for 7 years and can apply for Indian citizenship. We have seen the example of Sonia Gandhi. Then by naturalization. So if you are not falling under the above 3 categories, you can get Indian citizenship through naturalization. Example is like we have Mother Teresa, John Bryce, right? Adnan Sami. So naturalization, we should meet some criteria or conditions. The conditions are they should belong to the country where Indian citizens are allowed to become citizens through naturalization. If your country is allowing our citizens to become Indians to become citizens in your country through naturalization, then we also will allow. Then second criteria is they should reside in India for 14 years, cumulatively for 2 years, and 1 year before the application they should have stayed in India continuously, right? Then they should be well versed in Indian languages, one of the Indian languages in 8th schedule. There are 22 languages. Learn one of the languages. Then they should owe their political allegiance to India. They should be intending to live in India for indefinite period, right? So if all these criteria, if government thinks that we should give citizenship to one person who have rendered their services in science, art, literature, human progress, world peace, they can waive off all these criteria and they can provide citizenship to the person. And the nodal ministry is Ministry of Home Affairs. So after the person become naturalized citizen, they should take oath of allegiance. Right. The next fifth condition which we have seen, or fifth way to get citizenship is if India incorporates foreign territory or that incorporates any territory. So what about the people? Territory means a place or a land. What about the people who are staying in that land? Will they become direct citizens of India? No. Who will be notifying who can become citizens? Ministry of Home Affairs, nothing but Government of India. So these are the 5 ways to acquire citizenship. Then we have seen what are the ways to acquire citizenship. Now we'll be looking at how or what are the ways to lose citizenship